and welcome to my channel. So this week's video is going to be a week-long vlog in my life, but it's a little different than a normal week in my life because there are quite a few fangirl activities that I am going to be doing, and as a matter of fact, it's what's going to be taking up most of my week. So I think I'm going to be calling this vlog Spending a Week With Me Fangirl Edition. The day that I'm actually starting this vlog is not a very fangirlish day, but I do have the entire day off, so I am taking full advantage of that by like using it to start the vlog off. Obviously, gonna adjust the lighting, hold on. And to introduce what's going on, maybe talk about some things. I am currently on my way to get some matcha and then going to get some sushi as well because it's my day off and I deserve it. I feel like I haven't had those two things in the same day in a hot minute, and I don't love that. The lighting is not great today and I really apologize for that. This person is also in my lane, but that's besides the point, irrelevant, I guess. I'm just gonna speed right past them so they know I'm here. That was really frightening. Anyway, I'm not actually going to sit down at either place. I'm going to get my stuff to go and then head home, just because I like to be at home, especially after a week of vacation and having concerts and being pretty social last week. I just want to spend some time at home, and so that's what I'm going to do. And I think I will also go over my agenda for the week, if you will, once I get home and am all set and comfortable, because I don't want to say booked and busy because it's not like I'm booked and busy, but I'm definitely busy. That's for sure, and I'm very excited about it. But I am here now at the place that I am getting my matcha, so I guess the next time we speak will be when I'm back home and settled in for the day, probably, and going over the things that will be going on this week. All right, so I am now back home and I have already finished my matcha, but it was absolutely delicious. It was a regular matcha with raspberry like jam in it, and I say it was an actual jam, like literally not a syrup. There was jam in the bottom of it. So good. I'll make sure to put a picture of it on screen because I downed that so quick. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. I got it from a place called May Bakery and Cafe, I believe. And I also got my sushi, which I'm actually not going to say where I got my sushi from because I do gatekeep this place because I love it so much. I got what is called a volcano roll, at least at this place. It is basically a California roll, but with a bunch of crab and sauce on top. And it is literally the best sushi roll I have ever had in my entire life, and I stand by that wholeheartedly. I also frequent this place so much that the owners recognize me, and they will occasionally give me free stuff when I buy something as well, and this time around they gave me vegetable spring rolls. But anyway, I am home now, like I said, and I am going to dive into my lunch. I think that while I'm eating, I am going to maybe watch a movie or watch some TV, but once I'm done eating, I am going to be making some friendship bracelets for a couple of things that I have going on this week. One, which is happening tomorrow, is actually a book release party for an author that I really love. It is the second book in a duology called To Dance with Death by Brittany Arena, and it comes out tomorrow. I am so excited. Brittany is going to actually be there. From what I understand, she's going to be like in conversation with, I believe, like a local book influencer, which is really cool. She's going to be like signing books, talking to people, which is so exciting. I literally can't wait. I think it's gonna be so much fun. I know that I'm going to make at least one bracelet to give her, if not a couple to give multiple people. And then later this week, I am going to see Spider-Man Brand New Day at a drive-in theater for the first time. And yes, that means that I haven't seen it yet. Yes, that does mean that despite the fact that it came out last week, before I was filming this, I have not seen it yet, which feels criminal because Spider-Man is my favorite superhero and I love Tom Holland's Spider-Man, And when the last Spider-Man movie came out, I saw it in theaters like day of, and it feels a little wrong. It feels wrong. And it has been a little scary, like traversing being online and avoiding spoilers and that kind of thing. But it's only a couple more days, so hopefully I won't get at least majorly spoiled for things. But again, making bracelets for that because I'm going with a couple of friends, so I'll probably give them out there to them and maybe to some people that work at the drive-in movie. I don't know. TBD. But I am gonna go ahead and go to town on my sushi, and I will update you once I have finished all or a couple of friendship bracelets. So it is admittedly a bit later than I was expecting it to be when I came back with an update for you on the bracelets I made, because I'm actually just about to hop in bed and just go to sleep for the night. But I obviously wanted to show off what I did end up making. So if I remember correctly, I think I said that I would be making bracelets for the book event and for the new Spider-Man movie. However, that did not end up happening, at least not fully. I only made bracelets for the book release party that is happening tomorrow. And you know what? Maybe I will get out my bracelet making materials again later this week and make some for Spider-Man, but I just didn't quite have all the letters that I wanted to make it all happen and make them all cute. So I just decided to veto that idea for now. And again, might come back to it later, but for right now, I will just be showing off ones that are for a book event. So let's get into it. So the first two bracelets I made are actually inspired by the first book in the duology, which I have both the hardback copy and a paperback copy of. This is what the hardback looks like. Lots of blue, very blue. And then the paperback version is the same, but has some pink flowers in it, which I really like. So I made these two bracelets that say "A Dance of Lies" on them. It's probably relatively hard to read, but trust me, that's what they say. They each have colors that coordinate with the hardback or the paperback, and they both have cute little flowers on the end right here, which I think is a very fun detail, but overall pretty similar. And of course, I also made a bracelet for the second book in the duology, "To Dance with Death," which will be at the party tomorrow because that's what the party is for. And I am literally just so excited to get into this book. Like, I cannot even begin to express my excitement for this second book. And the last two bracelets that I made are actually a quote from the first book that has really stuck with most of the readers, I believe, but definitely with me, because even like several months after reading Brittany's first book in this duology, I was thinking about it to the point where I put it in a photo dump that had nothing to do with it. So it's that serious to me, and that is none other than "You Are Art." And I'm actually hoping to give Brittany Arena this one specifically because I put her initials on the opposite side right there. And I think the color scheme of this one like goes pretty well with the book cover, but it's subtle enough that it's not like in your face, and also it's not actually like the book title itself. It's more a nod to the actual work. So I really am hoping to do that. I think she'd really enjoy it, or at least I hope she would. But the rest of these bracelets will be given out to other people at the event. Now for the actual event itself, I don't know what the etiquette is with like bringing books from home. Like, I obviously have these two books. I don't know if I'd be allowed to bring them or not to get them signed, but funnily enough, I actually wouldn't even need to get them signed because both of them are signed and personalized. So that's a huge win to me. Personalization for the hard copy as well. And actually, I display this hardcover on the shelves behind me. It's on like one of the highest up shelves, so you generally can't see it when I'm doing videos like this. But I am very excited to put the two sisters together, this duology together. I think it's going to be such a good conclusion to this story. Obviously, I have no idea what it's going to be, but I am so wildly excited. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and get in bed and hope that tomorrow comes that much sooner. And I guess I will see you tomorrow when I am getting ready. All right, it is now officially the day of the To Dance with Death book release party, and I am all ready to go. I have my bracelets right here. I have decided on this is my outfit. It is a short dress that has like orange and blue flowers on it on a blue base, which I love. I love the sleeves as well. It feels very princessy, but not like too like formal. I also think that these colors coordinate really well with the book cover, so very excited about that. It's going to be so much fun. Like, I genuinely cannot even begin to express how excited I am to get my hands on this book. I might even stop what I'm reading right now and start reading that like full speed ahead because I am so excited. Like, I'm genuinely so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna be heading out in about 20 minutes from now, so I have just a little bit of time to eat some food before I leave, and then I am going to be meeting up with Rachel at the book release party, and I guess I will update you once we're there. All right, so we are now at the venue, and it's like less than 5 minutes until the actual event starts. I am so excited. That's all I've been saying for the past like 30 minutes since we got here. I am just so excited. I could cry. I said earlier, I feel like a kid on Christmas. Like, it's gonna be so great. I'm so excited to start reading this book. It's gonna be amazing. And I'm not sure when we'll talk again, but soon, probably. So I will see you then. So it is now the morning after the release party for To Dance with Death by Brittany Arena, and it was such an amazing event. I actually didn't get a lot of like landscape clips for my vlog because I was focused more on getting some like short form content, but it was genuinely such an amazing night. It was so cool. It was very like well planned and well executed. And I had the best time ever, genuinely. It was hosted by Brightside Books and Wine, which is a local indie bookstore to North Carolina. And each ticket came with one hardback copy of the book. This is mine. I cannot believe I'm finally holding her in my hands. Like, this makes me so happy. I cannot even begin to express. Like, last night when I made that clip of like being there and talking about how excited I was to be there and didn't have the words to express myself, I'm still feeling that. If I'm being totally honest, I am still very much feeling that. Every book came with one of these cute little cookies that are themed on the book. So I got one that has ballet slippers on it since Vasily is a dancer. I don't know why I just completely lost the word there. And I also got Rachel's cookie because she's gluten-free, so she couldn't eat these, but hers said "You are art," which is a quote from the first book, A Dance of Lies. And each book came with an event-exclusive keychain with, again, ballet slippers on the front, and then the back that says, again, "You are art." Brittany Arena was in conversation with a local book talker slash bookstagrammer who is very, very popular. Her handle is That Girl Reads, but her name is Jamie. I actually do follow her, and she is so cool. She has this absolutely beautiful hair. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you honestly might, and just not like know that you know, because I see her all the time on my For You page, like on TikTok and on Instagram. Each book came signed, but after the conversation, we each got to have a moment with Brittany, got to talk to her, and then got to have our books personalized as well. So mine at the very top says "To Caitlin," and then a little note as well. And then perhaps the most important part of the little extra gifts that came with the book, art from, I believe, a scene if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Very excited to get to this part in the book because tell me they are not the most beautiful people in the world. Like, they are. If you said that, you'd be lying. I think I said it earlier in this video, but I honestly am going to put my current read like on hold, at least for a little bit. I might try to do a good healthy balance of both books, but I need to get started on this book. Like, for my well-being, for my soul, I need to start this today. So I will be doing that. Now, I actually work for a little bit in the middle of the day, but after I get off work, I'm actually going to be going to another event hosted by Brightside Books and Wine. And it is just a little silent book club that they have started doing, I think, about twice a month, which is fun. And the whole point is that you bring a book and just like sit amongst a bunch of other readers, but you all read in silence. And you can bring like an audio book with headphones, you can bring a physical book, you can bring a Kindle, any form of book that you want. But it's just very quiet and very calm and very cool. I've been to one other silent book club and it was really fun. I had a great time. I will be going alone tonight, which is how I went to the last one as well, but I am okay with that because it's not like I'll be really doing much talking anyway. So yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. That being said, I do actually need to get ready for work now to go in and start that. I will be taking this book with me everywhere for the next 24 hours, if not longer than that. I will be reading a little bit of it before I go into work. I will bring it to work, hopefully have some time to read it there. And then, of course, later tonight, we'll bring it with me to really just get into it. I can't even stop smiling. Like, it was such a fun event. It was so great. Just an amazing time overall. But I'm gonna stop yapping about it now and I will see you later tonight. All right, so I am now at Brightside Books and Wine, or at least I'm in the parking garage, like near it, and I am about to go in. I was able to read a couple of chapters of To Dance with Death while I was at work today. So I'm like a good little bit in. I'm already very, very intrigued and addicted to the plot. I am so excited to see how this duology ends. Like, I literally don't even have the words. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go ahead and head in now, probably get a fun little drink, just cause why not? And then not sure what else I'll be doing for the rest of the night, but you will be coming with me. So I guess let's find out together. All right, so I am now back home after silent book club at Brightside, and it was so much fun. I am now officially 25% into this book, so 1/4 through it, and I am loving it so much. I'm like trying really hard to be chill about this book and this series and Brittany just in general, but I fear that I am incapable of doing that. The more I talk about it, the more I bring it up, the more I realize that I'm just not capable of doing that. And that's okay. Who said that you have to be chill about everything you like, right? Like, I think it's better to be very passionate and very excited about the things you like, but that's just me. As a matter of fact, actually, no, it's definitely not just me, but you know what I mean. And since I am physically incapable of walking into a bookstore without buying something these days, I did end up getting a couple of books. The first one was a new release, one that I've been keeping my eye out for, and it is Embrace by Bal Cabra. I have actually not even read the third book in this series. This is the fourth one, but just look at how precious they are. Like, they both are so beautiful to me. They're so cute and precious, and they both have full sleeves of tattoos. I love it. And then the second book that I got is Fall Too Well by Erin Branscombe. I believe this is the third book in a series of stories written by multiple different authors, and I read the first one in this series maybe even 2 years ago at this point. No, it was definitely last year. But point is, I fell in love with the cover because look at how cute they are, and this art style is just so precious. And actually, here are the other ones on the back, equally as adorable. I have read Fall I Want. I also have Fall at Once. And if you know me, you know I'm a sucker for any and everything fall themed. So this was always going to end up on my shelf eventually. It was just a matter of time, and today was that day. As a matter of fact, I think yesterday was literally its release day, so it didn't take very long. Tomorrow will officially be Spider-Man Day, and I cannot wait. I think I am going to have so much fun with this. I think no matter what, basically, I'm gonna have a good time. Well, maybe not no matter what. There definitely are ways that this can be screwed up, in my opinion. For example, if someone, like, dies, I'll be really upset, but I also wouldn't be entirely shocked, I fear. So there's that. But I don't know. I've heard a lot of good things. I think mostly good things about this new movie. So I'm very excited. And total transparency, I am not like the kind of movie critic, if I would even call myself that, and I wouldn't, that like really cares about plot consistency and like, and I say plot consistency, I do care about plot consistency, but in like the grand scale that is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I don't necessarily care every single time. I also don't necessarily care for it to be like a 10 out of 10 no notes script, or like the acting is out of this world and the best you've ever seen. Like, as long as I'm having a good time, as long as like the emotional roller coaster I'm going on is relatively regulated and I'm generally speaking happy about how it ends, then I will probably like the movie. So that's why I'm saying it's kind of going to be hard for them to mess this up for me. Not impossible, but hard. I obviously don't want to say that I'm going in with like certain expectations for how this will play out. I have seen one official spoiler, I think, and that's just who Sadie Sink is playing, and really that's been like confirmed for like 2 months now. So there's that. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna have a great time. But right now I need to go to bed because I do work in the morning still, and I definitely don't want to be too like drowsy or tired for that. So I guess I will see you sometime tomorrow. It is officially Spider-Man Day. I am so excited to see this movie in theaters, or technically a drive-in theater. Like I expressed last night, I think I'm going to have fun basically no matter what. So very exciting in that regard. I am currently on my way actually to a cafe just to have a little drink because I want to, and I'm gonna read for a little bit because Rachel isn't actually going to pick me up. We're carpooling, if that isn't obvious, for another couple hours. Like, she's not gonna pick me up until like the evening-ish. So I have plenty of time to kill, and as I have expressed multiple times now, do not want to do anything but read my book. So I thought that it would be fun to go out again and read it in a public space. There is just something so fun about reading in public. I don't know what it is, because sometimes it can also be a little nerve-wracking, admittedly, but mostly fun. I think I'm going to get an iced chai latte because I love that drink. It is, I'd probably say, like, my second favorite drink of all time, first of course being matcha. But I'm just not in a matcha mood right now, so I'm gonna go with a chai. And I'm not exactly sure how long I will spend at this cafe, but I am pretty sure that I will take a couple of cute little clips while I am there. And depending on how the rest of the afternoon / early evening goes, I might just montage my like entire way through the night, like once we get to the drive-in theater, and then I'll talk to you either after I see the movie and give you my full thoughts and feelings, or the day after. But I am about to pull into the parking lot, so we'll talk later. been now over 24 hours since I last updated you. So let's quickly sprint through how the rest of my day went yesterday and what I have been up to today. So I did end up staying at the cafe for about an hour. I really only read for half of that time though. I'm not sure what was going on with me yesterday, and you'll realize that this was a theme, but I was like weirdly anxious and like couldn't get comfortable in the cafe. I'm not even joking. I moved seats like to different tables and stuff like 3 times. Not something I'm proud of, not something I normally do, but I was just like in such a strange state of mind. So that happened, but I did read a little bit and it was fun. It was very nice. I got an iced chai latte like I planned to, and it was delicious. And then a few hours later, me and a couple of friends went and saw Spider-Man Brand New Day at a drive-in theater, which I haven't done in a really long time. And I honestly want to start doing more of that again. One, because I feel like it's honestly cheaper than going to like a normal theater, or at least the one that I went to is generally. And it was a great time. I love being able to like have the lawn chairs or sitting in the back of someone's car. I think it's so much fun and it's such a cool experience. The movie itself was so good. So good. Like I've said multiple times in this video, it was always going to be a good movie for me personally. 1, because I love Spider-Man. 2, because I'm not like an insane movie critic, really. But like this movie was incredible in every sense. Like literally every sense. I just absolutely loved it. Every single actor, from the main cast to the background characters, like the people that literally just had like one line, were absolutely incredible. I'm not even joking. Like literally, it was a 10 out of 10 movie in every way. Like visually, acting, story, like it was just incredible. We did, however, unfortunately get lost on the way home from the drive-in movie theater. So despite the fact that the movie ended around a little bit before 11, I did not get home until 12:30. So that was fun. That was an experience, to say the least. And today, when I woke up for my morning shift at my job, was incredibly tired because of that, and was quite frankly a little miserable. And fun fact, it wasn't just a morning shift. I actually worked a double. So I worked 2 shifts back to back. I don't know why I did that to myself, planning wise, but I did it, and that was something that I don't want to do again. However, at midnight, a new album that I have been anxiously awaiting finally dropped, and that is none other than Chuck Timely and the Hourglass by Role Model, and I listened to it on the way to work this morning. Absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. And I was actually reminded earlier this week via an email update that I had bought a vinyl for this album and happened to get a signed one, which is huge. And the tracking company says that it's gonna show up today on like the day of the album release, but it also says that it's currently in another state. So I don't know how accurate that is. But if it is true, then you will be... But if it gets here today or sometime tomorrow, then I will definitely have to unbox it on camera. But yeah, I've been home from work now for about an hour, and I think I need to make some dinner. So I am gonna go ahead and do that. And unless the package shows up today, with the vinyl in it. I don't think you'll be seeing me until tomorrow. It is now the next day, but unfortunately, I do not have my signed Chuck Timely and the Hourglass vinyl. It is currently 10 p.m. at night, and I did not get an email letting me know that the date of arrival would be pushed back by 2 days, actually, until 3 hours ago. So that was fun waiting around for that all day and not really knowing until recently, but it is what it is. It happens. You know, the mail system isn't always going to work perfectly, and it isn't always going to get stuff right on time, and that's okay. I can be patient. I will definitely make sure to do an unboxing video of some sort, whether it be short form or long form, just because I do genuinely want to do that, and I kind of feel bad that I was going to do it in this video and then am obviously not able to. What I did do today, though, was get through a significant amount of To Dance with Death, and I am really close to the end. Like, I'm really close to the end. And I'm very excited, to say the least. A little nervous and scared, but mostly excited. I'm also still thinking about Spider-Man Brand New Day, because genuinely that movie might end up being in like my top 5 movies of the year. Maybe even top 5 like Marvel movies since Endgame. But with all that being said, I am going to go ahead and head to bed, just because, like I said, it is 10 p.m. and you know what? I'm tired, so I'm gonna head to bed a little earlier than normal today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!